Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series of Sim Airport. So we're playing the Edge expansion or the Edge branch. So we're seeing some of the newest experimental stuff in the game. And there used to be a series which had some kind of issues with the gates, which I just couldn't get sorted out. And I think it's probably the transition from one edge branch to another edge branch that caused that issue to be there. So I thought, and since I'm so excited about the multi-level airports, I thought I'd just start a new one straight away. So let's do that, and let's start something small and easy. And this time around, we're going to have a multi-level airport, of course. So a few things that we should bear in mind just before I start planning out our first multi-level airport is that the baggage seems to it seems to me that the baggage is required at a lower level, so we need to go underground to really accommodate baggage. And then the larger gates, so if I'm talking about, so let's, in terms of what I'm talking about is if I say a baggage carousel, it needs to have a foundation on the below floor before placement, because the baggage comes up in the middle there. Okay, so that's the one thing that we need to bear in mind. The other thing that we need to bear in mind is if we say the large gates, it's not actually showing up over here, but the large gates and the XL gates, and I saw this in the patch notes, is that they need to actually access onto the second level. They can't actually access onto the ground floor. So at the very least, we're going to need to do a little bit of a pop-up in there for them to get access to. The small gates, however, cannot access onto the upper level, and they can only access onto the lower level. So there you go. That is effectively what we need to do. So what is this saying? At least one gate must be functional, one runway, and over here they're saying what? Ticketing zone, security zone, baggage claim. So that's basically basics. Okay, so let's plan this thing out, and I'm not going to plan it out to the same extent that I planned it out last time, but what I am going to kind of interested in doing is saying, well, where is our taxiway going to run? I mean, not our taxiway. Where is our runway going to run? Are we going to run the runway over here? Right? That might be a good idea. Actually, that might be a very good idea if we run the runway here. So let's do that. Let's start the runway. I can't remember what the width of the runway is. Let's start the runway here for something like that. Okay, so if I go to objects and we say runway, oops, where's my runways? Is it under construction? It is indeed. So asphalt, concrete. So the asphalt runway is the cheaper one. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a 2-tile extender there. And you know what? So if I go to clear, I'm going to take off 2 tiles. Okay, and we're also going to go to roads and see taxiway. I want to actually start the taxiway over here and run it up like this. So I'm going to need to take a big block out of there. A 10 by 10. Yeah, 10 by 10 out of there. Then we'll go with taxiway. Ooh. Nice, I like that as a planning tool. We could then connect onto the other side, but so basically what we're going to need to do over here is look at and we can probably do a little something somewhere over here as we start with a small operation where we don't necessarily need a big one. Okay, and now what I need to do is let's quickly have a look at the large gates and the small gates. They're the same size. So to be honest with you, I am thinking small gate, small gate, small gate. Well, a few small gates, 2 small gates or something like that to start with. Then we can go large gates over here, and we can use the other side for the extra large gates. And that's going to be much easier to deal with. So what is the size of this? This is a double taxiway. So let's go back to the planning tool and we'll run. Alright. Okay, and do we actually run cancel? So what is the size of this? This is 20 by 20. So 20 by 80 by so that's 6 of them over there. Okay, so that allows us 6. Okay, now if we potentially provide vehicular access on this side, we might not want the terminal to get right in there. And I'm already kind of thinking, and maybe we started this on the wrong side, to be honest. But terminal building, so let's do that as a magenta or something like that. So the ideally the terminal building would be running a little something like this. All right, and something like that. We need to trim it back a little, so let's do a 20 by 70, something like this. This is going to be our terminal building. So we'll have some offices over here, maybe even our carousels, our ticketing on this side, our security in the middle, and we'll have multi-level. Yes, we will eventually have multi-level. But of course, as you know, starting point is going to be fairly minor. Okay, so we won't be able to, and I'm kind of thinking what we do is we start off with this little section over here. So let's go into construction. Let's get our foundation. Let's give it a 10. Okay, let's do it about halfway in there. Something like that. 10 by 35, and we will go enough to get into the second one. Maybe let's just get our first one up and running. Okay, so that's going to be our terminal building to start with. I'm not going to mess around with these things just yet. Let's have a quick look at staff. So we don't have workmen, so let's give me at least 15 workmen. So you can start by sorting out that construction over there. I will probably have to... Are we waiting for something to be delivered? Yeah, there we go, deliveries. Deliveries! Okay, so I'll start it like that and then we'll widen it, get it bigger. But initially I'm gonna have to start small over here, I'm thinking. Yeah, get started with the buildings. The other thing I'm gonna want to do is let's start the runway construction, asphalt runway. Okay, there, that's our first suitable length that we can deal with. 9. Ooh. Yes. So the issue is we may have to bring it out a little bit on this side. Shall we start it over here and do that, and then if we go up to there we can actually get the longer ones in there, the bigger ones. But we up to a 787. But let's do something like that as a starting point. I can start building that for us. At the same time, we're going to need some objects, so give us our first small gate right over here. Pop that in there. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm thinking a few more workmen, 20 or so. And I'm kind of wondering if I should extend this a little bit over here and kind of, or just start it off as that. I think I'll start it off as this. I think that is pretty much as is. So let me get some objects over here. I'm looking for some doors. I'll start off with a nice big door. Actually, let's start off with the smaller doors so that we don't go too crazy. Something like that, and well, they're all gonna rush out on this side, so maybe let's not do double doors over there. I want to start clearing that. And as a taxiway operation, a way of taxiway, I'm gonna have to do taxiway. Let's do like that. So that's our basic taxiway running in through there. Okay, we're getting stuff deleted over there. We're gonna need a door over here too, so let me go back to door operations under objects. Actually, just go to construction. Let's just clear this piece of wall over here and go to objects and go to door. There we go. I think a small door over here is going to be fine. So that's going to be the setup. And then, so let me just go to planning and let's just clear this as the planning stage, and I'll clear that because we've basically built that. So from a planning point of view, this has already been done. Okay, now I am thinking now we need a few objects here, in the sense that we probably need requires a secure area. Yes, that is not a problem. Secure area is fine. I'm going to, yes, so what I'm going to do is let's pause things a little, so just plan it out a little bit. So from a secure area point of view, I am going with hang on, check-in or ticketing desks. So what I'll do is I will start off by placing 1, 2, 3 ticketing desks, and we will do 1, 2, 3 ticketing kiosks. That's fine. We will create this as our ticketing area. I'm sure we have something like that. So this will be our ticketing area to start with, and then this, I'm going to do our security somewhere over here. So let's go back to objects and let's get security. ID check, right? ID check stands. So I'm kind of thinking a little something like this. Is that okay? Should I rather have it? Yeah, maybe. You know what? Cancel that. What I'll do is I'll rather run it up here. Right? As a starting point, we're gonna need to get. I'll run it up here. So let's go back to objects. So let's say the final thing that we need is the metal detector, right? So let's run it backwards from the metal detector. So we'll do 2 metal detectors. Baggage scanners. We'll do 2 baggage scanners, and then ID check stands, ID check stand, and actually we won't do 2. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to cancel this, because if we don't have enough staff, it ends up being a problem. So, and the other one is ID check stands, and we'll start off with the one like that. Okay, so that's kind of what it's doing there. Over here, I'm going to with objects, and that's the gate, not the gate agents. And we'll pop that one over there. So now we need a secure area, so I'll do a bit of a secure area over here with a few gates over there. So if I go to zones security, I'm gonna do a little something like that as the secure area to start. Maybe that's not quite good enough. Maybe what I need to do is just make sure that we extend that a little bit so that it actually feels like a secure area. And then over here we need to go with objects, and that is exit channel or security exit. We'll do a few like that. So that's going to be the outbound movement over here, and we will have, let's just get a door over there too. So we'll go with a door, another fairly small door over here, as well as have our baggage claim area in there. Right, so if we do something like that, then that's kind of what happens, right? And this now requires a secure area. So what I believe we're going to need to do is we're going to actually need to run some fences. So let me fence it up that way, and I will fence it up this way, and then I believe that should be secure. Yes, it needs some things, right? Fine. So there we go. We've spent half our money, and we are, I would believe, we're just about ready to get things going. We're going to need an ATC tower. Oh, it requires a secure area. So as soon as the fences are built, that'll happen. Requires at least one taxiway connected on both ends. There we go. At least that works. Requires a secure area. So get the secure area underway. As soon as we can get the fences up and running, we can start accommodating a few flights. Can I actually have a look at our pricing? We cannot. We need CFO and all these kind of things. So we're going to have to operate with a fair... Okay, you're now secure, right? Show non-secure path. Oh, what the hell? Well, I like the idea of it, but I can't actually... Well, fine. So all I need to do is do that. Right? Requires at least one gate agent desk to be assigned. No, that's fine. So we're going to start assigning these things now. Okay, so pause. So there we go. That's the basic, very, very basic setup. So what's the problem over here? Ticketing desk, ticketing kiosk. Oh, that's crazy. Give me my ticketing areas, please. And let's make sure that that's done. And the same thing with security. It's actually not properly reading that it's got it to be there. Excellent. Secure zone. There we go. All of that's done. Now we can actually, well, let's assign it there. There you go. Close. And now perfect. Okay, now let's get our basics in place. Let's get a few queues to be done over here. What is this? At least one ticketing zone must meet requirements. It is actually meeting requirements. At least one security zone must meet requirements. It has passed. Yes, perfect. Okay, pause that. Now, utilities, no, queuing. So let's expand a few queues over here. First thing I want to do is I want to do a very small first class queue, and over here a very small coach queue. Okay, now assign to, this is going to be our first class and flight crew. This is going to be our coach queue. There we go. Those are assigned. Similarly, I'm going to need a bit of queuing over here. So let's start it with the idea. Well, let's do. Let's do a first. Actually, that's not quite right. Let's shrink that back down. Let's start at one block away, 3, and then this one. What we do is we'll do that, and say up to there. Excellent. So that's our security queue over here. So you are assigned to this side, which is going to be first class and flight crew, and this guy is going to be coach, and we're just going to stick with the 1 for now. And now we're going to need to do a little bit of a queue over here again. So what I'll do is we will say 1, 2, 3 like so, and this one we're going to say is going to be 1, 2, 3, something like that. Okay, and then this one's going to be assigned to here, which is going to be first class and flight crew, and this one is going to be coach. Close. So there we go. There we've got our very basic setup up and running. We can actually start to accommodate some flights. I need an ATC, so let's get our objects in place. Get a ATC tower, I think right over there as a starting point. I might have to move it in the end, but right over there as a starting point, I will go with some standard benches. And I'm going to need a bathroom, so we'll go with some very standard benches over here. And that'll about have to do us for now. And over, actually cancel these. I'm gonna have to go with some minor bathrooms over here, so give me some construction walls. It's gonna have to be a little something like that. Okay, and then what I can do is I can cancel this, I can cancel that. I'm gonna redo these to fit in with what we're just building over there. Okay, so that has to happen. Get me some objects, doors please. So using the, can you believe it? Cancel that please. Door over there. Door over here, and we'll go back to the wall and just pop in the wall over there. Pop in that piece of wall. Okay, so they will be our first bathrooms. Let me quickly go with objects again and get a few benches in here. And what we'll do is we will run a few rows like so. That's going to be our first seating arrangement, and that's going to be good. We'll be able to fill in some more over here as we expand, but this is going to be kind of our first piece of the action. So what is it? What do we need in order to schedule our first flight? So let's have a look over here. What are we looking for? We've got some morning Beechcraft. So let's accept a Beechcraft and an afternoon Beechcraft. Okay. So let's start by getting that one in nice and early, and that one in there. We'll start off with Beechcraft. So requires afternoon arrival slot, extend boarding time, terminate contract via right click, changes take effect beginning tomorrow. What do they tell me what they need? Airport and runway use, process flight cancellations. No idea what they actually need as it stands. So tomorrow we'll start seeing that. As an object, ops object, I'm probably going to need something like a bit of a storage shelf. That's not quite what I'm after. Structures, I'm going to need a medium hanger, right? So do we go ahead and build a medium hanger, or do we start with a small one? I definitely don't want that, so why are we not building a bunch of stuff over here? Are you still waiting for deliveries? Yes, you are indeed. Okay, so we're going to see our first flights come in, and this ATC tower, hang on, dismantle, cancel this project please. Oh, it's already, what? Because I'm a little bit worried that the ATC tower is exactly in the wrong spot. Is it already there? Is it all? I think it might be built. Just take it down. We'll build it again. Waste the money. But it can't go over here because that is, you know what, I'll pop it in over here. I think that's probably going to be the safest. So give me the construction, give me the objects, give me the ATC tower, and I'm going to pop it in right over there. That's going to be a much better spot for it. It's only blocking a piece of taxiway over there. I'm liking that much more. This is like assign a vehicle to it, so we're probably thinking a baggage car, right? One baggage car in there. We need that. I need a few staff members, so let's get a few. Give me 2 staff and give me 3 security and give me 1 janitor, and I think that should do the trick. Excellent. What I need to do over here is do my bathrooms. So I'll do a female restroom and a male restroom. Right, and give me my objects. Let's go with toilets. So we'll probably have to do something like that. Before we finish that off, I'll do the same thing on this side, and then I'll just do a sink. So let's just see, I can't actually squeeze a sink in there, so I'm gonna have to squeeze a sink in on this side. We'll just do that. That's gonna be the starting point for our restrooms, right? Nothing to be too fragile about. As we need to expand that, we'll expand that. At the moment, it's doing whatever it needs to be doing. Our first flights can be accommodated in the morning, which is pretty good. Now I've got that, so let's quickly have a look and see what else we can schedule. I just don't want to overdo it, you know. Morning A320. I think we'll probably give that a skip. Anything else in the afternoon, something small. How many people on a 7? What is the embraers? We can do an embraer. Is there an embraer? No. I would be thinking that the embraer is about A320 is pretty big, right? Yeah. A bombardier and an embraer. Those are the kind of things that we want. Those are too big. Aha, that's what we want. That's an embraer. Let's accept that one. Something like that. Right. Something else in the afternoon. Something that we can afford to have land over here. 737. At the moment, we are... What is the 737 handling? 140. The Bombardier would be nice as a starting point, really. Ooh, there you go. A CRJ. Yeah, that's okay. The Embraer... We've got a CRJ and an Embraer. Okay, let's start with the... Let's start with the CRJ over there. Let's accept that one. And let's see where we squeeze that in. Let's try and squeeze them together so we can actually have room for one more. So let's start off like that and see how that goes. Okay, so let's speed it up a little bit to see if the morning's flights do start to come in. What I might do is I might actually fire a few workmen, because at the moment, man... Oh, we've got our first person through here. Is that... Oh, here comes a few people. Okay, let's... It's pretty pricey to fire people. 3... I don't think I need more than kind of 10 workmen to start with, really. I'm going to need to get my pricing right fairly early. There's our first flight, guys! People are queuing up, people are getting out over here. Oh, there's the baggage. I like it. And there you go, 100% boarded. We've got like, how many people on here? No idea. I'll have to have a look over here. 7 people. There we go. Oh, we only have another 1 flight coming in today. There we go. I don't think we're really making any money. Our staff expenses far outweigh their income from this. But yeah, our first flight is there. That's kind of working. Our first little terminal building is up and running. You have to clear security to get to the bathroom, but what can you do? What can you do? We need to be very kind of mindful of our expenses outlay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and expand very reasonably over here to make sure that we get an extra gate or 2 up and running. That's good. That guy. What are you doing? What the hell? Why are you... Why are you not just walking through there? What is going on over there? Okay, just make your way into the area. Don't do this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build a piece of wall right there. Just come and build a piece of wall there. Everybody boarded, at least. Now I'm just hoping that this kind of works. I'm gonna build a piece of wall there. I know we're not, this isn't the perfect operation just yet, but we got it there, right? Everything's done, everybody's still happy, and we're gonna need to expand to a few small slots over here. I'm thinking at least 3 of them. If we can fill about 3 of them, that'd be good. I'm not sure if we can fill 3 small slots, but if we can, that would be good. And that get us to making some money so that we can continue the expansion, because once we start going into multi-level, and that's before we go to large gates, we're going to need to go multi-level, and I'm quite keen on going proper multi-level over here. As we move ticketing to, for instance, the inside here, we'll put people up on the top level, and run the departures on the top level and the arrivals down on the bottom level to the baggage carousel or something to that effect. Okay, guys, I'm ExactChaos, and this has been a brand new start of the Edge edition of Sim Airport. And yeah, if you, as it's a kind of a new series, I know it's kind of starting off a old series again, but as it's a new series, I would very much appreciate a like, a share, all of those good things, and some comments down below. Tell me what you think of the multi-level addition to the game. Do you think it's going to be as cool as I think it's going to be? And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.